Because when you started this is when you contacted me about the Lucid Dream Spray.
Yeah.
And it's been marinating for 1.5 years. So Dee Dee is the inspiration for Lucid Dreams. Those of you that don't know what it is, well, check it out. It's at apothecarygoods.com. It is a sleep-inducing pillow spray. Oh, love it, love it, love it. It's made with osmanthus oil, violet oil, and blue lotus oil. And it's the blue lotus that is supposed to encourage lucid dreams. And the bonus, because I am that witch, is all those essential oils, when you spray it on your pillow, are great for your face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's important too, because I'm an esthetician as well. So I look at the quality of that kind of, you don't want synthetic things going on.
None of that in there. So now let's talk about your little, what is the word I'm looking for? Words are hard.
Experiment, dream study.
Experiment. Yes. Thank you so much. Let's talk about your cool little experiment.
So I want to do an experiment with the Lucid Dream Spray. And so, because I've gotten on a kick on doing dream studies. I did one for myself, and then I've done one for a group of people, and they're both really successful. So that's kind of now where I'm at an approach to my own like dream life. And so as soon as I got the Lucid Spray, I'm like, okay. So I did 3 nights with the Lucid Spray and 3 nights without. And I wanted to compare how different the dreams were. The nights that I used your spray, I had multiple dreams that I remembered. Some of them were like 3 to 4 dreams a night that I was able to remember and write out. The nights that I didn't, the nights that I didn't use the dream spray, I could only remember 1. So it helped with my recall for sure. And then I noticed the dreams that I had the first 3 nights with the spray, they were more like happy and magical and kind of feel good dreams, even though they were still teaching me a lesson, which I believe the lesson is the same in the other dreams. But without the spray, the dreams were a little more harsh and like more direct. Like there wasn't fun to it. It was more like, you know, this is what we're doing. And so I love the spray because the message is the same, but it's more pleasant and I remember more. And it inspired a whole new study that I'm going to be doing next. And it's about dream re-entry. And I'm going to use your spray to work with to do the re-entry. Because I have a dream during that section. I had a dream that it was my husband and I were driving a Calico ghost town, and we kept getting dead ends and ditches and all this stuff. And somehow we ended up in a restaurant, and my husband left and some other man sat down across from me. And he was explaining everything to me so that I could understand. And when I woke up, I couldn't remember it. So that I'm going to try to bring myself back to that dream and find out what he said to me.
That's amazing. So I hadn't dreamed in years, and I just kind of blamed it on, you know, I'm getting older. My hormones are completely out of whack and all that stuff. And I was on temazepam for years. But as soon as I tested this, I started, I don't know, maybe it's the recall, but I felt like I started dreaming again, which is huge for me because I feel like that's important. I feel like it's your mind working things out in your real life. And it, like you said, there's knowledge, lessons to be learned from these. So I was super excited about that. And I feel like they're vivid and they are happy. Now that you mention it, cool. They're happy and light and fluffy, for lack of a better term. Which is a great way to honestly gain knowledge other than, you know, direct, and you're dealing with your high school history teacher and you can't remember your combination for your locker.
I love that.
So yeah, well, I think it's win-win all around, and I am ecstatic that it has the Dream Interpreter's seal of approval. And what would you think about something, maybe an essential oil for those who are maybe a little more, you know, if I could come up with something that could help me remember the words I'm looking for, I would be a millionaire. I laugh. I train not now. For people who just essential oils affect their skin, I was thinking about doing just an essential oil blend of everything so they could put it in a diffuser in the room with them.
Yeah.
I think it would be more constant too. So I'm definitely going to put
as you're
that
falling
on.
asleep and it's running. Yeah.
Definitely going to put that on my ever-growing list of things to do. It took me a year and a half, people, but I figured it out, and she loves it, and I'm ridiculously excited and tickled pink that you love it. Do you like the smell?
I love the smell. It's so pleasant. It's not overwhelming. It's just right. You know, it's like
it is.
Because some scents are too subtle. It's not subtle, especially when you're dealing with real essential oils. It can just go away, and it's very subtle. But this was it's just you hit the perfect like happy medium with that.
Okay, that's very exciting. There are some mornings when I make my bed where I still come to my pillows.
Yeah,
I've got point where I spray my whole side of the bed before I go to bed, just because I like the smell so much.
Yeah. I know it's hard not to just use it around the house, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'll be lucid walking around.
I have, so I made a little bit for myself and put it in a diffuser. I do not recommend it when you're wanting to stay awake, because you instantly are like, you know, I'm just going to sit down over here for just a second. Because all of the essential oils in there are considered sedatives. So they do help you relax and get into the state where you're ready to fall asleep. I feel like so many people right now are just, they're so wrapped up in getting that to-do list done or whatever it is that they need to do, where they just need something that helps kind of take their mind back to the present moment and focusing on relaxing, doing whatever we need to before bed.
Yeah. Well, and also I would recommend, like, if somebody's using the spray, like my recommendation is always 30 minutes before you go to bed, turn off all electronics, no TV, no phone, put the phone in the other room. I know it's hard, but do it. Spray your Lucid spray, be all comfy and cozy in the bed. And then you start to set your dream intention. Where do you want to go when you're asleep? You know, do you want to visit a tropical island? Put that in your mind as you're falling asleep, and it will open that kind of experience up to you. So I mean, dreams are
that's funny.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, dreams are something that you don't just have to wait for them to tell you where you're going to go or what you're going to do. You can set the intention where you want to go or what you want to learn. I did a whole study on how to be more organized and focused, and it changed my life. Of 20 days changed my life.
Wow. That's absolutely awesome. Before I go to bed, of attraction certified this, it's my life right now. I'm completely obsessed with it. Is setting my intention for the following day, but maybe I need to mix a little bit of what I want to dream about. I have been known to set the intention before I go to sleep to gain knowledge from my guides, my angels, my ancestors via dreams. Those I either don't get or I don't remember, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be very interested to see, like, if you try, I'll have to share my 20-day dream study with you, because that might really do that so that you can remember. Because I had much better, even though I thought I had excellent recall, after I spent 20 days setting the intention like that, I started remembering what people said to me, which is something I could remember the dreams, but I could never remember what people said to me. And I started to remember that, which there's a lot of information when there's talking. So.
Oh yeah. I do. Right before I woke up this morning, I bought this, I'm sucked for a book ad and women's clothing, especially. And I got this sweatshirt that has all different dogs on with sheets over them, so they look like little ghosts, because we've got that in common too. And so I was wearing it before bed, and then right before I woke up, I was in a restaurant of some sort. That's why it's funny you had brought up you were in a restaurant. And this really cute, handsome, like late 20-something young guy was flirting on me. I don't know what that was all about, but he's like, "Ooh, I haven't seen a golden retriever in ages. I love golden retrievers because there's a golden retriever out there." And I'm like, "Well, I just happen to have two here." And I brought my dogs in, Luna and Venus, and it was beautiful. And then my husband came in, and we were all just playing with dogs, and it was wonderful. I have a feeling that I'd have a sexual outcome to it. I shouldn't have brought that up. I am awkward if I am nothing, Dee. I love it.
That.
So yeah, I'll have to see if Mr. Cutie Pie, what they say true about dreams, like everybody you see in your dreams is someone you've seen at some point in your life.
Well, there's so many variations of what even science says, you know, but that's supposed to be that you're getting the images. But I have also read that sometimes you combine, like, say you've seen like millions of people, but you combine different people together. Oh, so like you might be morphing them, like those photo apps where you take two people and make a new person, like your brain can do that. And I also think that sometimes I always have the dream about the same man, and he's always the man of knowledge. And I don't know him or remember him in real life, but I think he might be my guide or my.
I was just going to say, my guides just told me he is your guide.
Okay. So, and I really believe that probably, I got chills when you said that, but I realized after so many dreams, I'm like, wait a minute, this is the same guy who keeps showing up. And he is the guy who was sitting across from me at the restaurant too. So I was like, and it was almost like a younger version of him though. So it was weird.
Was he hitting on you? Did he love golden retrievers?
No, he was a brunette.
Well, I love it so much. And I'm ridiculously excited that it does have your seal of approval. Yeah. Dee has been a huge supporter of Apothecary Goods when it was still just That Witch Beauty, and of myself. And I am so grateful that somehow, some way, our paths crossed.